Indianapolis Colts and the Atlanta Falcons. This is point and a half in favor of the Falcons at home over the Colts. 44.5 is your total. Now, Stephen, we might be getting back some key pieces to the Colts while also being down another key piece. It looks like Jonathan Taylor is going to go for the Colts. At least that's the last that the beat writers are saying here with all of this. But Michael Pittman getting absolutely murked out there. I mean, it was just that was one of the hardest.
Trending well this week, though, Matt. Like,
but wasn't that one of the worst hits? Wasn't that one of the worst hits? Oh my God.
Whoa. Yeah, I mean, I think so. You think so. Tom Brady doesn't think so, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, I know we can't play. Oh, we can't play football anymore. Yeah, I mean, maybe let's not decapitate people. So, Stephen, I'll start with you on this one. The Atlanta Falcons, they are favorites. I mean, after everything we've seen, the Atlanta Falcons are favorites in a game here in Week 16 in the NFL. I don't like the Colts, but I sure as hell don't like the Falcons. I haven't done it yet. Maybe it's a Colts teaser leg for me up to 7.5 because this Falcons team cannot win at margin. It is impossible. Even if they win this game, this team cannot win at margin. Like it is impossible. The way that Arthur Smith calls a game, it is full on impossible for them to win at margin.
I have heard a lot of smart people I respect bet the Atlanta Falcons this week, including Eli Hershkovich on our sister podcast, Beat the Closing Number. It's in his column on thelines.com. And I have also heard the same amount of people essentially who are completely out on Arthur Smith. These are also people I respect who are just like, I'm done. Arthur Blank is like saying without saying that this season should not have happened the way it was. And, to me, reading between the lines, Arthur Smith's now on the hot seat. They're banged up. I don't know if Onyemata is going to play on the defensive line, which would be a big blow to this rushing defense. Looks like Pittman's trending well. We'll see, but I am too biased and have too much hate for Art Smith to be able to analyze this game well and without bias. So I'm just going to stay away. But God, I really want to just bet against Art Smith one more time because I don't think that they are even capable of putting together a smart game.
Adam, what an indictment on him, too, that he goes away from Desmond Ridder, then goes back to Desmond Ridder, only to go away from Desmond Ridder again this week, which just shows your incompetence, like right off the bat. Like, oh, no, we're going back to Taylor Heinicke, who, by the way, has proven that he's not any good either. So it's like, what does it really matter at this point? But, got to do whatever makes it looks good that you're trying to keep your job. But I don't look at this as an upgrade at all. I don't know how you have them separated. Yeah, Ritter's like at the very bottom of my power ratings when it comes to quarterbacks. But I mean, if Taylor Heinicke was actually an NFL starter, he would be down there too. So you can't upgrade a team a quarter of a point. So, I mean, like, it just kind of like is what it is. It's neutral to me.
I understand why smart people are backing the Falcons. And you know what? Let me yell it louder for everyone who needs to hear it. Because they can't let go. Because they all love the Falcons before the season, and they all can't let go of priors that are dead. These priors have been dead for 15 weeks. I did not like the Falcons at the beginning of the season. I have been going against the Falcons for much of the season, and I will continue to go against the Falcons in this spot. Let's talk about not only the Falcons side of this, but let's actually go over to the Indianapolis side, where Shane Steichen somehow has 8 wins with mostly Gardner Minshew. And the Colts offense, non-garbage time, last half of the season, starting from week 8 to now, they're number 6 in EPA per play. 6 with Gardner Minshew YOLOing for life back there, still at the top of the league in turnover-worthy play percentage, and yet somehow it has not mattered. I understand. If you're backing the Falcons, you're looking at the fact that this defense has outperformed for a lot of the year. It doesn't matter when you look at the other side of this and this offense's inability to sustain anything over time. I can give you any number of metrics and numbers that tell you how bad this offense has been. I think you can run Indianapolis out to 6.5 here comfortably at plus 247.
Yes, let's go.
If you really want to get squirrely with this whole thing, but I don't think this is a game that you look at with a neutral handicap, right? I don't think you look at it and say, oh, I think these teams are pretty close. Let me just take the Indianapolis money line at even money. No, I think if you believe Indianapolis is the better team and you think they are the better offense, and they are by a long shot clearly the better offense, then I think you play this out to something that's a more profitable tail, which is the Indianapolis Colts by, if you want to make it 2.5 and play it for a little less squirrely, fine. I think -6.5 is comfortable even at plus 247.
One of the bigger coaching mismatches of the year in this
one,
huge. In my personal opinion. And you look, and you have to look no further than last week, guys. And I understand, okay, weather, I get it. That actually lends more into what I'm going to say here. There were 26 running back carries for the Falcons last week. Bijan Robinson got 7 of them. Tyler Algier got 14 of them. And Cordero Patterson got 5, only 2 fewer than Bijan Robinson. Those 5 went for -2 yards. So he continues to try to make this wide receiver a running back. He continues to give him almost equal shares of a guy you spent a first-round pick on, while in weather, I might add, while in weather conditions in which you would think you would want to give it to your all-star first-round running back that has made people break their ankles already so far this season. So, again, I get it. Weather game, and everyone's like giving him a pass because it's a weather game. You still lost to the friggin' Panthers. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. You lost to them in a weather game. I mean,
let's take that a step farther, Matt. I'll give Greg Rosenthal credit for this one. There are 6 total teams in the National Football League who, as of Week 16, have been eliminated from playoff contention. The Falcons have lost to 4 of them.
Wow. All right. Devil's advocate argument here for those, because there are a lot of smart Falcons people this week. So let me just sound like one of them, even though I'm not one, Adam. Aren't they due, or potentially you're buying low here on positive variance, because they have 6 one-possession losses this year.
They're clearly, so due that they're
clearly with 6 one-possession losses, variance is going to go their way this week.
Okay.
No, Matt, you first.
No. Okay. I mean, like, sure. Okay. I mean, all right. 1 possession loss to the Commanders. Pat yourself on the back. 1 possession loss to the Titans. Great. I'm sure you're loving that. The Cardinals. Oh, yeah. All right. Woo! We only lost by 1 possession to the Cardinals. Oh, that's great. Like, we lost 9-7 to the Panthers. All right, guys. It's a turn around. Like, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Trend lines. We're talking trend lines. This has been my handicap all week long, is that we're talking trend lines. And we're talking about an Indianapolis offense that, yes, might get Jonathan Taylor back, and that would be important considering Zach Moss's situation. And then the other side, trend lines, we look at an Atlanta team that can't pick a quarterback. It keeps looking at this 2-day-old bread and this 3-day-old bread, and they're like, which one should I make a sandwich with? You're like, don't have a sandwich. Give it to Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, no, they took the heel of the bread, because there's only one super dry side whenever you do that. They took and now that he's going to play quarterback. So, like, it's just, instead of 2 dry sides, there's only 1 dry side, and there we go. And there we're going to go. And apparently at 54 minutes ago, Jonathan Taylor, quote, full speed at practice on Thursday. So that looks like he is actually going to go for them in this one. So just, again, another weapon for this one. I don't the Falcons love is so wild.
Last note, funny note, Scott Fish had a hilarious tweet this week and said Arthur Smith is going to be so pissed off when he finds out Cordell Patterson was also a first-round pick.
Yeah, I mean, this is true. He's gonna have to start giving him only 2 carries instead of 5 carries.